Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Suburban Adventures. Well, this week is Halloween. Friday is coming up, and if you need a last-minute idea to carve your pumpkin and you're a fishing enthusiast, I got just the idea for you. Let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm going to turn this pumpkin into a fish. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Let me focus in on this pumpkin. I'm going to put the final picture right there so you can kind of see ultimately what our end goal is. We're going to carve this pumpkin on its side, and so we're going to put using the stem kind of as the fish's tail. Okay, so we're going to have it set like this, and then there's not a lot to this, so let me just show you. The first thing I'm going to do is sort of sketch out the fish's mouth, and I'm going to have it kind of, I got a Sharpie marker here. I'm just going to kind of sketch out the mouth here, trying to get it as, I guess, symmetrical as I can. The difference with when you're normally carving a pumpkin, I guess you'd have it sitting on the bottom. But this bottom is going to end up being sort of the fish's mouth. So let me just rough sketch this out here. All right, there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I don't think anybody's gonna say that mouth's not symmetrical. This side I sort of had messed up on. Okay, then as you see in this picture, I'm gonna add a couple of eyes here. So I'm gonna sketch out the eyes, make them nice and big, little eyeballs right there, and that's ultimately where I'm going to cut. Look at the other side here. There we go. Looks pretty good. And then the last thing, as you'll see on this picture, is I'm just going to add some sort of this fin detail here on the side. Now you can tell that this pumpkin is a little bit smaller, so the bigger your pumpkin, and also if you can get more of a longer pumpkin than a short squatty one, that's probably going to help as well. Something like that. There we go. And then this is the part I'm going to cut out. And let's add that over here on this side. All right, there we go. I think maybe I'm ready to start cutting here, and I'll just sort of speed this up. You don't need to see me cutting this out here. So I got my knife nice and sharp there. This is my optional. This is one of my favorite knives, actually. And let's start cutting. There we go. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna clean this piece off because I'm gonna use this piece to make a couple fins for the top that I'm then gonna use with toothpicks and put into the top for like his top fins up there. So I'm gonna clean this off and then save it. All right, I just gotta do the old pumpkin clean out. And I'll bring you back when this is all cleaned out here. There we go. Got it all cleaned out. Based on your artistic abilities or lack thereof, you can Obviously, if you want to adapt it and make some teeth on this, I like to leave him toothless. I guess he's a large mouth that I got here. So now the next thing is just to cut out the eyes. Oh. Well, his eyeball snapped off, but I can fix that with some toothpicks there. So, yeah, just get some toothpicks to hold that in there. But that's the idea there. There we got his eye cleared out there. And then you just do that with the other side. One of the things I do like about this is that it's fairly simple. So, you know, there's a lot other ones that are much more ornate, but this one's pretty basic. Most anybody, even your fish enthusiast kid, can do. So I'm gonna get the other eye out and then we'll do the last cuts here. The last thing we're gonna do, cut out his fins on either side here. And this one requires the most, I guess you could say, detail work here. So let's get that done. Well, we got the fins done here. Let me show you up close there. And the other one on this side. And really the only thing to do now is I'm going to take this piece from the mouth. I'm going to sketch out a couple of fins to go up top here that I'm going to stick in there with a toothpick. All right, so there is one that'll end up going like that, and then I might do another one for like back here. So last thing, I got some toothpicks here. I'm just going to stick them in there. Now, obviously, because it's the inside of the pumpkin on the one side, you know, maybe pick the side that you want looks the best. And to have the outside of the pumpkin for the fin. I'm just going to stick that fin down in there. Kind of looks like a mohawk, but, you know, actually, I'll move it. Adjust it wherever you want to. I think it might be better if I put it back a little further there. This pumpkin is pretty small, so if you get a longer pumpkin, it'll work out a little better because it'll give you some more. You can put the fins back there and it doesn't make everything look, you know, so on top of each other. But gotta kind of just work with what you have. Okay, there you go. Let me just show you around here. Plenty enough room in there. I'll get you some pictures of it at night when it's lit with a candle. My artistic skills, I would say, are just slightly above average. So if you are a very artistic person, you can feel free to add far more artistic touches to it than mine. But if you are like me or less artistically inclined, this is a nice little easy fish pumpkin to carve. And honestly too, if your kid loves to fish and they carve their own pumpkin, they could probably do it as well. There you go. and simple way to carve your pumpkin into a fish. Check out more videos up there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber down there. We'd love to have you subscribe. Remember, get out and explore no matter where you live. Do your own pumpkin carving into a fish adventure. We'll see you next time.